Have you ever looked at your dinner plate and wished it was a bit more colorful and exciting? Well, I have just the thing for you. Stuffed bell peppers are like little edible treasure chests, bursting with flavor and goodness. What I love most about them is how they look like a beautiful rainbow sitting right on your plate. You can pick red, yellow, or orange peppers, and they instantly brighten up your meal. They are not just pretty to look at, they are packed with vitamins that are really good for you. This dish is a fantastic way to eat your vegetables without even realizing it because it's so delicious and fun. Making stuffed bell peppers with tofu and rice is a wonderful choice for a healthy meal. Tofu is a brilliant source of protein, which helps keep you strong and full of energy. But it's much lighter than meat. It soaks up all the lovely flavors you cook it with, like a tasty little sponge. The rice makes the filling substantial and satisfying, so you won't feel hungry an hour after eating. It's a complete meal all in one pepper. You have your vegetables, your protein, and your carbohydrates all together. It's a balanced, wholesome dish that makes you feel good from the inside out. This recipe is also incredibly friendly for beginners in the kitchen. There are no complicated techniques or fancy gadgets involved. It's all about simple, honest cooking that anyone can master. You don't need to be a chef to create something that looks impressive and tastes amazing. It's a great dish to build your confidence with, showing you that you can make healthy, home-cooked food that is far better than any takeaway. Plus, it's a very forgiving recipe. If you add a little too much of one thing, it will still turn out wonderfully. The best part is that this is a meal that brings smiles to faces. It's something you can feel proud to serve, whether it's for a quiet weeknight dinner or when you have friends over. It's a dish that says, "I made this with care." It's warm, it's comforting, and it's a celebration of simple, fresh ingredients. So, let's get into the kitchen and create these gorgeous, flavor-packed stuffed peppers. I promise you, once you make them, they will become a regular favorite on your menu, bringing a little bit of sunshine to your dining table every time. Before we start our cooking adventure, let's make sure we have everything we need. Getting all your ingredients and tools ready first is a little trick I always use. It makes the whole process so much smoother and more enjoyable, like having all your coloring pencils laid out before you start drawing. For our delicious stuffed peppers, you will need 4 large bell peppers. Try to get a mix of colors like red, yellow, and orange for that lovely rainbow effect. You will also need 1 block of firm tofu, about 400 grams, which we will crumble up for our filling. Next up for our shopping list is the rice. About 1 cup of uncooked white or brown rice will be perfect. This will expand as it cooks and make our filling nice and hearty. To give our tofu and rice a big punch of flavor, we will need 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and a can of chopped tomatoes. These are my kitchen staples. We'll also want a bit of tomato puree, about 2 tablespoons for a richer taste. And for that lovely herby freshness, grab a handful of fresh parsley or coriander. Don't forget your spices. A teaspoon of smoked paprika and a little salt and pepper will do wonders. Now let's talk about the tools you will need from your kitchen cupboards. You don't need anything too fancy, I promise. First, you'll need a good chopping board and a sharp knife for dicing our onion and garlic. A large frying pan or skillet is essential for cooking our tasty filling. You will also need a separate saucepan with a lid to cook the rice perfectly. To mix everything together, have a large bowl handy. It makes combining all the elements of the filling so much easier and less messy. Finally, for the last stage of our cooking journey, you will need a baking dish. Make sure it's large enough to hold all 4 of your stuffed peppers snugly. They should be standing upright, close together, so they support each other while they bake in the oven. A little bit of olive oil for cooking is also a must-have. And that's it. See? Simple, everyday ingredients and basic kitchen tools are all it takes to prepare for this fantastic meal. Now that we have everything assembled, we are ready for the fun part, the cooking. All right, let's get our hands dirty and start creating some magic. The very first thing we need to do is cook our rice. Pop your cup of rice into the saucepan, add 2 cups of water and a little pinch of salt. Bring it to a boil, then turn the heat right down, put the lid on, and let it simmer gently. It will take about 15 to 20 minutes for the rice to absorb all the water and become soft and fluffy. While the rice is doing its thing, we can get on with preparing our peppers and the delicious filling. This is all about smart timing. Now let's turn our attention to the peppers. Slice each one in half from the top to the bottom, right through the stem. Use a small spoon to scoop out all the white bits and the seeds inside. You want to create a clean, hollow boat ready to be filled with our tasty mixture. Place these pepper halves in your baking dish. At the same time, we can start our filling. Heat a splash of olive oil in your frying pan over a medium heat. Chop your onion and garlic finely and add them to the pan, cooking them until they are soft and smell wonderful. Once your onions are lovely and translucent, it's time to add the tofu. Crumble the block of tofu into the pan using your hands or a fork. Let it cook for a few minutes until it starts to get a little bit golden. This is where the flavor building really begins. Stir in your smoked paprika, the tomato puree, and the can of chopped tomatoes. Give it all a good mix and let it bubble away for about 5 minutes. The sauce will thicken slightly, and all those beautiful flavors will start to meld together into something truly special. By now, your rice should be perfectly cooked. Drain any excess water and add the fluffy rice to the frying pan with your tofu and tomato mixture. Finally, chop your fresh parsley or coriander and stir that in too. Have a little taste and add salt and pepper until it's just right for you. Now, carefully spoon this gorgeous filling into each of your pepper halves. Don't be shy, pack it in tightly. Once they are all filled, they are ready for the oven. Bake them for about 25 to 30 minutes until the peppers are tender and the filling is hot and bubbly. Here are a few of my favorite little secrets to make your stuffed peppers even more amazing. One of the best things you can do is to pre-bake the peppers for a short time before you stuff them. Just pop the empty pepper halves in the oven for about 10 minutes while you are preparing the filling. This gives them a head start on cooking and makes them extra soft and sweet. It ensures that by the time the filling is perfectly heated through, the pepper itself is tender and not too crunchy. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference in the final texture. To really elevate the flavor of your filling, don't be afraid to add more vegetables. Finely chopped mushrooms, courgettes, or even some sweet corn can be added to the frying pan along with the onions and garlic. This not only adds more nutrients but also introduces different textures and flavors that make each bite more interesting. Another tip is to toast your spices. Before you add the tofu, you can add the smoked paprika to the hot oil for just 30 seconds. This releases all the fragrant oils and makes the flavor much deeper and more intense. Now, for a little touch of indulgence, you can add a sprinkle of cheese on top before baking. A bit of grated cheddar or mozzarella melted over the top turns golden brown in the oven and adds a lovely gooey richness to the dish. If you want to keep it vegan, a sprinkle of nutritional yeast will give you a similar cheesy flavor without any dairy. Also, make sure to pack the filling into the peppers really well. A tightly packed pepper holds its shape better and ensures you get a generous amount of that delicious filling with every single bite. Finally, think about how you serve them. A simple side salad with a light vinaigrette dressing is a perfect companion, adding a fresh, crisp contrast to the warm, savory peppers. A dollop of plain yogurt or sour cream on the side can also be lovely, adding a cool creaminess. Sharing this meal is what it's all about. It's a dish that looks like you've made a huge effort, but we know it's our little secret how simple it was. It's perfect for a family dinner, bringing everyone together around the table to enjoy a colorful, wholesome, and incredibly tasty meal made with love.